Of course, I forget to unmute myself. Happens to the best of us. Now then, as I was saying, good evening, afternoon, night, or whatever part of the world you're currently in that's most appropriate to you. You show Ian scuff? Sure, sure. Now then, I do want to start off sooner rather than later with this one. Let me just pull up the relevant shortcut and we will be able to begin in but a moment. Now, on a bit of an unrelated note to Warhammer 40k, but you've probably seen a couple of other news strategy-related news tonight, specifically the announcement of another new Hearts of Iron 4 expansion, which will shake things up a little more. Somewhat excited about it, but most likely I won't be able to play right away because no money. And secondly, because this will come about in the middle of my university session. So this will be on standby until further notice, of course. Besides, me using a laptop won't be an enjoyable experience anyway, because the game will lag. Even more so if I were to launch any kind of streaming software. So let's get to something that is not entirely outside of my element. Let's see where we last left off, which was right here. As I recall previously, we were about to enter the part of the game that I have very dim memories of. So this will be an experience for all of us involved, I'm sure of it. Anyway, on to the mission, Place of Challenge.
On this hallowed ground, every one of us fought with tooth and bloody nail for the chance to become angels. When I first walked beneath these statues, I had not yet taken the great angel's blood. I did not foresee to do so again would be from within my own sarcophagus. Confronted with the measureless and the inexhaustible, I am left with only half answers. I pull Lieutenant Carleon from his musings of guilt and tell him that synaptic aberrations resonate from this place. I do not lie. But I do not tell him the static is secondary to why I bring him here. A whisper reaches out to me from beyond the heaven wall. With nothing else known, how am I to know whose voice it is I follow? I heed the commands of the lieutenant, the rank resurrected and as bright as his pauldron gifted from the armory. But his is not the question that guides me here. There is no answer. I can only follow the voice north, follow it to this place of challenge, and pray for an answer to my eternal vigil.
As always, there are going to be two possibilities to this voice. Either it's one of the surviving chapter librarians, you know, proper librarians, not the librarian dreadnought we have in here. Or it's some chaos fuckery. Excuse my language. Anyway, the Place of Challenge is a hollow testing ground for chapter aspirants. Those who survive the combat trials and meet the high expectations of the appraisers are inducted into the Novitiate ranks of the Noble Blood Angels. The rank of lieutenant has been restored following Primarch Guilliman's update to the Codex Astartes. Carleon is one of the first Blood Angels to hold the newly reinstated rank. And after this mission we get to unlock the Inceptor, which should be another one of our fast attack options. If I recall it correctly. Let me actually double check on that one. Or we can do that after this mission. Should be no problem at all. And there we go.
These statues bring back memories I thought had long faded. They're nothing more than obsolete detritus to these Primaris, I expect.
I see no sign of the Xenos. You are sure the warp aberrations came from here, Brother Quinder?
Yes, Lieutenant. I cannot account for their absence. Perhaps there is a temporal element I have not accounted for.
You mean you were seeing into the past?
No, Tech Marine. There is no need for that particular concern. Prepare yourselves. The Tyranids know now that we are here.
Make some great fire! Defensive formation!
What a warm welcome. Good, good for you that I have that I have had toned down in comparison to what it could have been at max volume. Already there are chaff surrounding us, at least on the left flank. Let's consider who we are going to bench. We're definitely going to bench our land speeder. And who else? I'm definitely looking forward to the debut of Furioso Dreadnought, so I'm thinking we can bench the Assault Terminators for now as well. That leaves us just under 90 points, which would have been fine if we had, say, another squad of Intercessors. No, that shot just landed extremely close to you. My condolences. You're now dead. Your skull will be retrieved and you will be turned into a servo skull. Praise be to the Emperor. Okay, so let's see how we're gonna approach this. Hellblasters over on this side. Furioso Dreadnought together with Brother Quindar and Tech Marine Kroginax. Swapping over with Eituro and now Lieutenant Carleon. And Aggressors and Sanguinary Guard over here. Defeat the Exocrine ambush. We need to kill all 3 Exocrines. And here they come. Yep, they are surrounding us. And that should be another Tyrannofex, right? Right, you come a little closer and we'll speak to you on our terms.
Taking fire!
Just a flesh wound, you'll live.
The enemy lurks in the shadows.
And that's the Exocrine. It can one-shot a regular Marine.
I hear them out there.
That's the second one.
They challenge us from afar!
Same goes for member of the Sanguinary Guard, unfortunately. Another shot. That one misses, luckily for us.
On Balfora I was born, and should the Emperor will it, on Balfora I will die.
Consider it a soft timer of sorts. So, one Exocrine here, one Exocrine here. That Tyrannofex is definitely a concern. And one Exocrine over here. After that, I'm guessing we'll need to mop up the rest of them.
Sanguinary Guard at your disposal.
So, Furioso Dreadnought advances forward.
Confirmed.
It starts dealing with those Hormagons. He's got a frag cannon, which we cannot use in melee, of course, so we can rely on the Storm Bolter and the Furioso Fists. Optimal range 2.
Death to all who oppose me.
Not too bad, if you ask me.
Your orders.
That one has optimal range of 3, so 1, 2.
Moving.
Gonna need to do it like this.
Ranged plasma.
First
on
things
request.
first.
Fall back! The enemy is closed in.
decent, very decent. Maybe we'll be even able to finish them off with a frag grenade. But that, of course, means we also need to shift. And then again, we can just do this. Almost. One measly HP left.
For the Imperium!
Now you lot are also gonna get shot at. Just shift our position a little bit. And you know what, just for you.
With precision, brothers!
Battle line tactics, and get shafted.
Death to the Xenos swarm!
Now they've been rendered combat ineffective. Just as this little piece of work.
Only in death will my duty be completed.
That means Brother Quindar is going to engage this Tyrannofex in melee with his Force Helmet.
Race through discipline.
That's not how I wanted you to go, but sure. We're lucky that Termagants are ranged-only option. Now we activate Shield of Sanguinius. Single target ally within 2 tiles, so we'll hold off on that one for a bit. First we jump with a Sanguinary Guard.
Light the fires of angel wings!
From behind. Of course, there's more warriors over there. And now we activate Shield of Sanguinius on them. Now Brother Quindar will attack with his Force Halberd. Good damage. That's a quarter of Tyrannofex health gone. Let's see whether Sanguinary Guard can do as well.
With certainty.
They absolutely can, even barring the fact that they've already lost 1 member. Next up,
Ready to strike.
aggressors open up with the Frag Storm. No, too close, unfortunately. I suppose Lieutenant Carleon can move up and please tie down the Tyrannofex. The damage, of course, is nothing to scoff at, but it is to be expected.
Waits.
Now,
Of
Brother
course.
Eturo will prevent those Termagants from doing anything funny and will heal up Lieutenant
The
Carleon.
blood is strong. Do not falter.
And, of course, do some damage to them as well. That's a third of the squad gone. Very good.
Fire
The
support.
Hellblasters will also lay on. Even if it's only 81% chance to hit. Respectable damage. It's almost dead. Tech Marine, I'm thinking can... We'll consider what the
Heavy
Tech Marine
fire
can do.
support.
In the meantime, the aggressors will also move up. Probably draw some aggro away from squishier members of the team. And open up their Bolt Storm gauntlets.
Open fire!
Just to finish it off.
With strength.
There it is. There's the Exocrine. Lieutenant Carleon will continue laying on. If we are lucky, the Tech Marine will be
Yet to
able...
meet a Xenos my axe couldn't bisect.
to finish off the Terran effects with the Power Axe. Should be able to do it.
There will be poetry to their deaths.
We can reorient the Sanguinary Guard. Also, hello there, Beast Rodent. Always a pleasure to see you here.
Bring me your broken and your outworn, and I will repair them anew.
Now, let's see the Cogboy earn his pay. Absolutely beautiful. And blink away the Termagants.
Understood.
Change facing.
Grace through discipline.
Now, who's left? These intercessors. I think they can finish off that Hormagaunt. Wonderful. Now they can move up, possibly draw away fire from the Exocrine, because it is backed up by a squad of warriors. We'll see how that develops. Yep, here come the other warriors.
You will need more than that.
And we will need to patch up Lieutenant Carleon after that. Here comes the shot. That's a miss, luckily for us. Let's see what these warriors will do. Ooh, another Terran effects. That is definitely getting heated. Maybe we're gonna need to fall back a little bit and let them come to us so we can deal with them piecemeal. That's chip damage. Nothing to worry about just yet. What's that? An activated ability and another set of escorts coming through. Is it gonna shoot? It's gonna shoot. Yep, intercessors, as expected. And these mofos should be dead, or at least combat ineffective.
Receiving fire.
Yep, definitely combat ineffective. Shouldn't be able to do much. That one is gonna shoot at the Hellblasters, looks like, but that's a miss. Good for us.
The blood of Sanguinius flows in my veins.
Now then, what weapons do you have besides anything else? You got the bioplasmic cannon, which we've seen, and powerful limbs. So that means, once again, Brother Quindar, it is your time to shine.
Confirmed.
You should be able to at least tie it down, or deal considerable damage. And it is considerable damage.
I must resist.
You can and you will. Once again. And now it's severely damaged. Precisely what we needed.
There is little left in this universe that I have not witnessed.
Now, can you attack in melee from here? You cannot. Or at least you can shoot at it with the Angelus bolt gun, but I have doubts as to the effectiveness of that. Warriors are outside of its range. Therefore, how about you get an overwatch over this direction?
With certainty.
That means Krogganax, Move up and get ready to heal up Brother Quindar.
On my way.
Carleon, I'm gonna need you to tie down one of those Hormagons.
My fury will be fast. On my honor.
Battle line squad ready.
The rest of you move up as well. Same for Brother Eituro. Get at least over here. Aggressors, in the meantime, can open up those Bolt Storm gauntlets. Maybe even Hail of Fire these.
We stand strong!
Annihilated. Frag storms are outside of optimal range, so too close, cannot use it.
Target acquired.
Alright, damage being done over here. Intercessors can move up and also start dealing damage to the Hormagons.
Engaging the enemy.
I really should get them something a bit more closer ranged. Bolt rifles are fine and dandy, but with the amount of Hormagons I am encountering, maybe we can go with the auto bolt rifles.
Victory for the Bloodblades. Victory for Skyfall.
We'll see about that after this mission, because they need to be unlocked at the end of it.
What needs fixing?
Omnissiah's Touch.
Aye. We'll have you back up in no time.
And Overwatch in that direction,
keep an
just
eye
so we can
out.
prevent any cheeky flanks from the warriors. Speaking of cheeky flanks,
Your orders.
and Tyrannofax is
We are the
definitely a
sons
problem,
of
so let's
Sanguinius.
fall back a little bit. You out of my sight. And you get into position. Kind of like
We can
so.
handle it.
We'll let them come to us.
Overwatch set. Overwatch.
Now, Furioso Dreadnought, my beloved. How's it looking for you? You're gonna deal with those, right? Of course you will. They've been rendered combat ineffective as well. So let me just change your facing a little bit. And we'll wait until Tyrannofax comes close to us.
Reinforcements! Like all our brothers of the Assault Doctrine, your timing is impeccable.
Look at those jump packs. Seems Call brought your replacement with him as well, regardless of your new pauldron.
We'll see about those in a minute. The warriors did go for a flank, but not where I was expecting it. That's one squad of chaff wiped out.
Push them back.
Here they go attacking. And so do the warriors.
Fire.
You can hold on. You will hold on. As I'm more concerned with the oncoming Tyrannofax. Ah, of course there's a squad of gargoyles. Why wouldn't there be? Even two. This is where the frag storms should come in handy. And
You
we
will
will
need
need
more
to
than
pull
that.
out Carleon, else he gets downed. Especially once we get warriors thrown into the mix. now.
Is that all?
Contempt is my armor.
Highly unfortunate. Now you don't even think about attacking Carleon, else I will get very, very upset. Ooh. Now that was a shot. Okay, it's engaging Furiosa Dreadnought in melee. I think Furiosa can handle it. At least, I hope so. Termagants flanking us, killing that squad of intercessors. Very, very unfortunate. More Chef coming in.
You will need more than that.
Things are starting to look hairy.
Target is beyond my vision.
Ah, there's our reinforcements.
Taking fire.
They're a little bit farther than I expected, honestly. Definitely farther. And of course, there's more gargoyles.
We are taking fire.
Maybe I shouldn't have spread my forces too thin. Yes, definitely shouldn't have done that.
Potential targets detected.
Have I mentioned that I hate gargoyles? They are now about on par with venom tropes on my list of hated enemies. Not that you recall, huh? Another thing that I should have done is maybe I shouldn't have gotten rid of Assault Terminators. Furiosa Dreadnought is all fine and dandy, but it's not nearly enough from what I can see. Okay, we get 3 squads of Inceptors as our reinforcements. They come with Assault Bolters.
Always forwards.
Let's see what they can do.
Engaging target.
They're definitely good dealing with chaff. I'll give them that.
Heavy close support. Challenge accepted. We will fall upon them with righteous fury.
But that is, as you can see, a very short-ranged weapon. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the optimal range is here, at 2.
Leave nothing but stains beneath our feet.
The rest of you should be able to continue moving up. Considering the situation we find ourselves in,
With grace.
let's do it something like this.
Unleash devastation, brothers!
Okay, we do have one command point available for an assault cannon strafe. It will cost us 1 AP, but it should be good enough.
Confirmed and en route.
Acceptable.
Always ready, always vigilant.
Good, very good. Now, if you'd be so kind as to first move up a little closer and open up those thermagons with your Boltstorm gauntlets. Very good. And you can cut down those Hormagons and get out of there. Brother Arturo should patch you up.
The blood is strong. Do not falter.
Now,
My
considering you
will never tires.
43 HP. Yeah, this will be enough to kill you. And you can move up a little closer. We're definitely gonna start to fall back.
Fend them off, brothers. For the Emperor.
38% chance to hit. Thank you, Blinding Venom.
Overwatch set.
No. Now we're gonna
The
be
defensive
going
Angelic
about this.
stands with you.
Yet to meet a Xenos my axe couldn't bisect.
The Furiosa Dreadnought finds itself in a precarious position. So that means we need to get to it as soon as possible. Brother Krog and X will at least try to make it close. If not, we should be able at least to play the mission back. With prior knowledge. No shame in doing that, as far as I know. You lot should move up over here. Enable battle line tactics. And try to kill those warriors.
Engaging the enemy.
I await your orders.
Now, can we pull back? We will get attacked at least by Hormagons. And of course by Tyrannofex as well. However, Furiosa Dreadnought is still alive and that's all that matters.
Ranged plasma on your request.
You, I'm thinking, can at least try to finish off these gargoyles. Almost. Well, at least you rendered the combat
When the
ineffective.
day is darkest, we prevail through control.
Definitely don't want to put Brother Arturo too close to the front line. So let's just fall back a little bit. And be ready to heal up the Hellblasters once the poison wears off.
My duty is service.
Let's see how this develops. Here come the warriors shooting
Impedance acknowledged.
the Dreadnought, since
Impedance acknowledged.
it's the one most damaged, so they will try to get it out of play. Same with that Tyrannofax. However, will it go into melee? Will it attack with its cannon? The Gargoyles will apply their debuff, obviously. Nasty creatures. That one once again goes for a...
I have faced better.
What was it? A self-buff. That's the word I was looking for. And switches to another position. Attacks Hellblasters. Almost kills one of them. The poison will finish it off. Okay, Tyrannofax is charging into melee. Maybe we can survive this. Maybe. Yeah. The rest of the Hormagons are also in here. They are charging the
Is that all?
from behind. Somewhat effective. We should finish them off. Same for these. However, no effect because the poison is still there. Or at least minimal effect. That's half of them dead. They go after Inceptors. Yes, after these Inceptors. Haven't killed anyone just yet. We finished these off. Good. Anyone else? Yes, more gargoyles, as per usual. Phew. Somewhat effective. That's a bit over half of them gone. Can they do substantial damage? But they cannot. But they can apply their nasty debuff. Same with these two. They will kill at least one squad.
We are taking fire.
Most likely Hellblasters. Okay, they haven't killed it. No poison was applied. That's good. It shoots. It scores. No, it misses, thankfully. Now, let's see about it. First of all, Brother Quintar.
Future. There is only service to the Emperor.
Why don't you distract this Tyrannofax? Make it pay attention to you. I'm here, you big oaf. I've shaved off half of your HP bar. Why don't you pay attention to me?
And you're outworn, and I will repair them anew.
And make sure that Furiosa Dreadnought does not die. Now, can you do any amount of substantial damage to them? Not quite, but it should be something. In that case, try to finish off those Hormagons. Thank you kindly.
We fight and we die for the Imperium.
You should be able to finish off these Hormagons. Right? Right. That leaves us with the annoyance of gargoyles. Can we get to them in time? We can at least close the distance with the jump packs.
Only angels have the right to fly.
That's a motto for an anti-air defense corps, if I've ever heard one. You will close the distance as well. And get to us as soon as you can. Now, intercessors are gonna have to take it on the chin, unfortunately. You are combat ineffective as is, due to blinding venom. So heal up the Hellblasters. Now, can you engage at least one of the gargoyles in melee?
I go where I am needed.
You can.
My
That's good.
chainsaw thirsts for their blood.
That activates your surge.
His blood invigorates me!
And go for another one.
My chainsaw thirsts for their blood.
Half of them dead. Very good. Hellblasters get into a favorable distance. And start opening up on these
Target
gargoyles.
acquired.
Very good, very good. We can survive this after all. You just fall back some more. Lieutenant Carleon. And this flank, we'll see about you in a bit. Aggressors will finish off this squad of gargoyles.
Forward!
Yeah, I think the fists should be more than enough.
Numbers, they will not overwhelm us.
And move up a little bit. Maybe you'll distract the Exocrine enough. Speaking of, not quite enough to reach just yet. Therefore, we'll do it like so.
Unleash devastation, brothers!
I am the sword of Sanguinius.
You, Lieutenant, will also
Their death is our
get
only
close and prevent one of the gargoyles from doing anything nasty. We just need to keep you alive. That's all.
Hellblasters awaiting target.
36, 41, 16. I don't like those odds, so 51%. A little better, but
Target acquired.
that's all you could do, so shift around. Anyone else? You know, if you can kill that squad of gargoyles, that would be funny. Can't reach those with Mastercraft Bolt Pistol, but you can thin out these. Somewhat. As for you, you are once again closing the distance in that direction, since this one is the most prudent. There's the poison. Same here. And over here. Lost one of the Hellblasters to it. Not the squad, but still unpleasant. Should have faced you in another direction after that. Here come warriors. Damage mitigated thanks to armor. The final gargoyle attacks the aggressors as expected and applies the debuff. Warriors go after Sanguinary Guard as expected. They can handle it with flying colors. Zone of control. Fallback attack. Same with this squad, right? Yep. Hellblasters. No venom just yet. Good, good, good. Those will try to get out and cut down by Sergeant. Or at least rendered combat ineffective, and a Tura will finish the job. Perfect. Back to hell where you belong. This one continues falling back and will reach the edge of the map. Shooting the aggressors. He shoots, he scores, it is minus half HP. We're still in this fight. This one shoots the Dreadnought. Dreadnought goes... Nope, not yet, not yet. Good, good. This is good. Immediately patch it up. Now, Brother Quintar, can you please kill the Tyrannophax? That would be much appreciated, you know? Or at least weaken it enough so that Kroginax can finish it off. That is also very good choice. Congratulations, Kroginax. That's about the second Tyrannophax you've killed so far. So, consider yourself empowered and move up to block these warriors from doing anything nasty. Your brother Quindar can start moving in the direction
What needs fixing?
of that exocrine. And you, I suppose, can support Techmarine Kroginax in his noble endeavor and tear into these warriors. Just don't die. That is all that I ask of you. Do not die just yet. Meanwhile, over here, shifting our axis of advance.
Heavy close support.
Goodbye. You will not be missed. Sanguinary Guard can finish off the warriors, or a warrior, and close the ranks with exocrine. Somewhat, at least. However, if we enable jump back, they should be able to do that. Aggressors can take care of this gargoyle. Thank you. You will continue to be the distraction. Hellblasters can move up and also try to pinch in some damage for the Exocrine. We will have it cornered and killed, even without support of any heroes. Alright damage considering the range and other such technicalities. Now, intercessors, you still have your frag grenade. How far can you throw it? Far enough.
Throwing grenade!
Wonderful. Get out there. Maybe distract the Exocrine with some of yourselves, while Hellblasters will deal with the warriors, or at least help us deal with warriors.
Affirmative.
Plasma works on the bugs surprisingly well. Why do I say surprisingly? It should be working on the bugs well. They are, after all, expected to get cooked by it. You can hide behind the statue just so that you do not get shot. And you, Kroganax, keep up the pace with Brother Quindar.
The blood waits.
A Tura can patch up either one of you, and I'm choosing the intercessors. Continue advancing in the same direction. That means Lieutenant Carleon will also support this axis of advance, and it needs to be very, very careful. Otherwise, we're looking at a replay. I wonder, what's the optimal range for it? 7. Range 1 to 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hopefully the Sanguinary Guard can prove to be enough of a distraction. Let's see. Uh-huh. It tries to back away. We do all right damage. It shoots, it misses. Wonderful. Just what I wanted to see. Yes, scuttle away, you vile creature. We will get you. Mark my words. It is our mission objective, after all. Uh-huh, shifting. Who are you gonna shoot? -1 intercessor. Not too critical. Let's see.
Sanguinary Guard at your disposal.
Forward!
Now, you, Lieutenant, how about...
My fury will be fast.
How about we do a bit of a trade-off, like
I am
so?
the sword of Sanguinius.
This should be good. Now, you, Lieutenant, are going to give tactical precision to Sanguinary Guard.
Sanguinius guides every strike.
But if we open up with our Hellblasters, of course, to make absolutely sure this thing will die. Except no substitutes. Target eliminated. Sorry for making you trudge all the way through. I had to be absolutely sure.
Death from above!
The rest of you, shift back to the last target.
Yet the meter Xenos my axe couldn't bisect.
At least like so.
What needs fixing?
And you will fix up the
The
Furiosa
defensive
Dreadnought,
Angelicum stands
just
with you.
in case.
As you say.
Yeah, this weapon is definitely not for taking down something bigger than a Hormagaunt or a Termagaunt. However...
Not even death will stop me. Opening fire.
We can still do some cheap damage, and that is better than no damage at all, if you ask me.
On my way.
Plasma fire support ready.
The rest of you move up and be ready to attack.
We fight and we die for the Imperium.
We can wear it down. Eventually.
Of
And
course.
you will once again heal up the Hellblasters. Just in case. Anyone else left?
Heavy close support.
But of course, move up.
They will fear to tread close.
As expected, backing away. But who is it gonna shoot? I'm thinking it's going to shoot one of them. Yep, still alive. You, in the meantime, continue moving up.
Light the fires of angel wings. Heavy fire support. Always forwards.
We have this in the bag. We just need to get a little closer. Don't run away. We're your friends. We're not gonna kill you. Okay, that was a lie. We are going to kill you, but we need your full cooperation in doing that, you know?
We can handle it.
I'm sure you wouldn't mind if you were in my position as well.
We're the sons of Sanguinius.
You are just one big dumb animal after all.
My power is yours to command.
Bring me your broken and your outworn, and I will repair them anew.
Engaging target.
That's a thing of beauty.
The area has been cleansed of Xenos presence. They will not return. The synaptic link remains.
Take in this moment. Very few get to fight within the place of challenge as a full-blooded Astartes.
Carleon, Matano, report.
We have finished securing the place of challenge. The reinforcements were greatly appreciated. Brother Quindar is taking us to another synaptic cluster from here.
With haste, brother. You bear a cascade of orders from myself to Dante to the avenging sun himself. Lord Gilliman is reluctant to leave while this question mark of a synaptic network remains. Do not keep the Indomitus Crusade waiting.
And we only lost one squad of intercessors. Not too bad if you ask me. Deployment capacity upgraded and army point limit increased. New units available, which, as you can see, are Inceptors. 100 points. Looks like our number of intercessors grows smaller by the minute. So, let's call it a quick background check. Inceptors. Not to be confused with the Intercessor Squad, these guys, or the actual Space Marine chapter Inceptors. Whoever came up with these names needs to get their balls kicked. Another unit from the Primaris Marines that just so happens to share the same similar sounding names. Seriously, try saying Intercessor and then Inceptor repeatedly in a rapid succession. You will get your tongue tied, but only if you have a speech impediment. Anyway, Inceptors, aka these guys with ridiculous shoe shovels, are the Primaris' equivalent of Seraphim squads. Seraphims are being Sisters of Battle Squad, which are not available during this campaign, but are available in another mode, Planetary Conquest. We'll get to that one at some point. Despite their outward appearances, they are not related by function. To the Space Marine Assault Squad, as they are more situated towards quick hit-and-runs and surprise ambushes rather than head-on assault charges and CQC combat. Ironically, this makes them closer to a Space Marine Bike Squad, or a land speeder in this case. Despite lacking any form of close combat weapons, for now at least, Inceptors are still relatively decent at fighting off enemies at close range via the good old tactic of turning yourself into a living rocket, with the jump packs. Of course, since they lack any form of decent CQC weapons, they would crumple like a wet tissue when it comes to facing off against melee-orientated troops like Knobs, Gene Stealers, or, Emperor forbid, Khorne Berserkers. Their name is a bit of a failed attempt to sound cool. While it was probably intended to mean point man, the word Inceptor actually means rookie. It's also possible that the name for Intercessors and Inceptors were accidentally swapped and now it's stuck, since interceding is much more descriptive of the latter's battlefield role, and the former are those who have newly graduated, that's what it actually means, to Primaris status. Alternatively, you could of course see the names as a job description, where the Inceptors are there to start the battle alongside drop pods, while the Intercessors are most likely named after the concept of an intercessory prayer, where one prays on behalf of another. In this case, as it's the 40k, the Intercessor prays with bolts on behalf of the Emperor. Anyway, in current fluff, Inceptors often deploy from orbit, drop through atmospheric re-entry, emulating missiles or debris, and smash down on the enemy's heads and annihilate anti-air, armor, etc., for their brothers slamming down after them to kick ass. However, first things first, let's get to our HQ upgrade center and consider our options. We've got 6 points to spare thanks to our outstanding execution. I am leaning towards getting Heirs of Ascalon or Sanguinary Guard, as it is a fairly decent self-buff. Plus 15 accuracy, 15% crit chance, and 25% chance to gain AP after killing enemy model.
Victory for the Bloodblades! Victory for Skyfall!
And let's give Lieutenant Carleon, a plasma pistol. Or actually those are plasma pistols for Sanguinary Guard, which also should be a decent option as opposed to their current bolt guns. What else do we have in store? We've got 4 points to spare, so it's either 2 of these or 1 point in this tree. Force Harmonics, which is a buff to librarian units. Currently the only one we have is Brother Quindar. Anti-grav uplift for land speeders, movement and awareness cone range. I don't like it. Field agitators, +1 melee armor piercing for Kroginax and aggressors. Invigorated machine spirits for +20 HP per model for mechanical units, which is Just plus 20% HP. Not too much, if you ask me. Performance Observation, plus 5 HP per model for Primaris Infantry. That one is also decent. Other than that, there's also Supercharge for Hellblasters. Makes a ranged attack with plus 30% damage and armor piercing, but each model has a 45% chance of taking 40 damage. Now, if we combine Performance Observation with Supercharge, we should give our Hellblasters a bit of a boost with an option to survive that. But honestly, right now, I am leaning towards getting the Plasma Pistol for Sanguinary Guard. Or, failing that, Savage Technique, which will lead us into Graces of the Angel. Affects all allies within a range of 2 tiles, plus 50% momentum gains, which will be very powerful if we're about to kill a lot of people fast. And there's Shock Absorption, for plus 10 HP per model for Inceptors, which makes them that much tankier. Intense Focus, plus 10 ranged accuracy for Intercessors, and it will lead into them getting the Auto Bolt Rifle. Range 1 to 6, but the optimal range is 2. And of course, we cannot forget about unlocking the Inferno Pistol and Carmine Axe for Sanguinary Guard. They really will shine with all these upgrades. So yeah, Plasma Pistols.
Sanguinius watches over us.
And we will consider all of the other buffs like Performance Observation plus Supercharge after another mission. Now, Plasmic Stabilizer would also be pretty good, as will First Line and Walking Bastions. Now, heavy Plasma Incinerators and Hellblasters would be very good at dealing with crowds of enemies, but we already have plenty of opportunities and instruments to deal with that, as opposed to, say, Thunderhammer and Storm Shield. That would be an interesting replacement for the Assault Claws, or Lightning Claws, excuse me. Up next, what do we have? Mortis Red Zone. So far, we've got 3 squads of Inceptors, which we are not going to expand on for now, but I will take another squad of Intercessors to replace the Fallen one.
We fight and we die for the Imperium.
You might be benched in the upcoming mission. However, the Sanguinary Guard will replace their Angelus Bolt Guns with Plasma Pistols. 3 attacks, 9 to 12 ballistic damage, armor piercing 5. Basically same range as Angelus Bolt Gun, but the optimal range being cut down by 1. A little bit less base accuracy. So yeah, this should be fine. Now, Mortis Red Zone.
There is a disturbance amongst the radiation. It was once stronger, but has dwindled in days past. Is it guidance, or the promise of another threat, like Leviathan? I see myself standing among specters, my hands once more flesh. They are unable to hold back the sword that pierces my chest, seeking my heart's blood. I look down and only feel the fists of this war machine. The whisper pulls again. It says nothing, but it is a presence all the same. It is not a synaptic aberration, but I tell Carleon it must be. For what else would drive me here? Not much of Baal Secundus has surprised the new Primaris, but the threat of the Mortis Red Zones has their hearts beating furiously. Few things are more insidious than cultivating your death from the inside. This truth I know well.
Baal Secundus and Baal Primus are the two moons that orbit the Blood Angels' homeworld of Baal. Both moons were said to host highly advanced civilizations until the end of the Dark Age of technology. Little is known about these precursor civilizations, although it is widely accepted that their conflict, fought with unprecedented nuclear and viral weaponry, caused the deadly Mortis red zones that now pockmark Baal Secundus' surface. And would you look at that? 2 new units. The old classic Baal Predator, and the new boy on the block, Blood Angels in Victor Warsuit, aka a more sensibly designed Dread Knight. But don't tell that to Grey Knights. They will get pissy and they will execute you for heresy, real or perceived.
The Whisper is ahead. Codicia Mordos, last known wielder of Galleon's staff. His fate, following the invasion, had been unknown to the Librarius.
Well, we've got a pretty good idea what happened to him now. No sign of that Force staff, though. Would be a damn disgrace to lose that relic out here.
I am duty-bound to recover the Codicia's gene seed. Even if it is tainted by the radiation, High Priest Corpulo may have a use for it in his research.
As you can see, there's plenty of Mortis red zones on this map, so best to steer clear of them. And lure the Tyranids inside of them for maximum damage. Now, who is getting benched? Let us consider. We're definitely benching some of the Inceptors. Definitely benching the Land Speeder. I should send that thing off to reserves at some point. And one of the more recent Intercessors. Yeah, we are good to go now. Alright. Group up our vehicles together with Brother Kroginax. Sanguinary Guard sticks close to Lieutenant Carleon. Aggressors go in the middle, together with Assault Terminators. Inceptors go on the flanks. Intercessors and Hellblasters, second line. We're good to go.
Careful, Primaris. These Mortis red zones are subtle killers. Even behind your power armor, you are not entirely safe.
Locate the Librarian and harvest his gene seed. I'm guessing he's going to be off in the distance somewhere. We've seen him slumped next to the rock. Let's just quickly look around, and yes, there are a lot of Mortis red zones over here, so this combat will be brutal. Aha. Here he is. That's to our northwest, so we'll need to mind the gap, or at least try to squeeze through here. Alternatively, we plow, or rather skirt, this red zone through here. But that leads us through this red zone into the next one over these hills. In other words, there is very little chance of avoiding the red zones. We need to be extremely careful. That's the grand idea.
The Defensor Angelicum stands with you. Destination confirmed.
Now let's check. Oh, our old acquaintances, the Venomthropes, are here. How glad am I to see you over here. And am I glad that we're over here, and the caveman is over there, and I forgot who's the sheriff. No, I haven't. I'm the sheriff in these parts.
We're the sons of
So why don't you come a little
Sanguinius.
closer? It will show you the hospitality Val reserves for its visitors.
A powerful decision. Heavy fire support.
Form ranks.
We can handle it.
And of course, there is the
Their
chaff
death is our only option.
on this side, as expected. At least they'll have to come through us over here.
Inceptors waiting to launch. We fight and we die for the Imperium.
I go where I am needed.
Just come a little closer, and we'll have a little talk.
I await their mistake.
Your sharding will not save you. Yep, you stay where you are. Highly suboptimal. Highly suboptimal. Yeah, you just come closer, and we'll handle the rest. No need to worry about anything, it's an all-included system. Even your sharding will not be able to change that. Ooh, is that who I think it is? Not quite. Haven't seen that specimen yet.
Under fire.
Also applies poison. No debuffs just yet. Good shots. Keep it up. And delete it. Would you look at that, huh?
We will not break.
I guess we gotta go and introduce ourselves, or at least pull back a little bit. And that is Thornback. Huh. Now that's something that I have not seen in a while, so let me check if we have any additional information on what that is. But of course, that's a subspecies of Carnifex, if I'm reading correctly. Yep, it's a more firepower-focused version of the Carnifex. The complete opposite of Screamer Killer. If you recall correctly, that was the nasty that laid Titus low in the prologue of Space Marine 2. So the Thornback, Carnifex vorantii, is a tyrannid subspecies of Carnifex which is renowned master of shock assault. These creatures are living batteries of symbiote weaponry equipped with short to medium range ballistic parasites and living bomb projectors. It is so named because of the intimidating-looking thorns on this subspecies, which are, in fact, sensory organs for sniffing out prey, although it can modify them into a ranged artillery weapon. They are infantry hunters that seem to take pleasure in rooting out hiding men. Despite its lack of specialized melee limbs, the Thornback is extremely dangerous at close quarters, where its speed and bulk allow it to easily impale uncautious enemies. And that means we still should be very careful about it. Because there it is, Devourer with Brain Leech Worms and monstrous Siding Talons. However, it does not seem very impressive in melee, so we should be sending out our Furioso Dreadnought to deal with it. Or Brother Quindar, since he is the closer
Past,
one.
future, there is only service to the Emperor. Plasma fire support ready.
Meanwhile, you lot should be dead already.
Throwing grenade!
I must resist.
Ooh, Thorned Armor, huh? And alright damage. Yep, Thorned Armor. Deals 11 to 15 damage with 5 armor piercing to units that deal melee damage to this unit. I see what your dance is.
Fire support. Target acquired.
At least we can still deal it decent damage with our Hellblasters.
There will be poetry to their deaths.
Flanking them and cutting them down.
With certainty.
Sorry for being low on energy, got sucked in some Discord chat, that's fine. What is important is that you are here.
In mind, body, and spirit.
Now we're just gonna need to get closer to Exocrine
Confirmed.
and see about it not being able to move out. Now let's see. Our Dreadnoughts are not susceptible to Mortis red zones, while the Tyranids, as living organisms, are. Therefore, we are at an advantage here.
Tech Marine, standing by.
Ranged plasma on your request.
Now I just need to shift you around.
Moving.
The blood of Sanguinius flows in my veins.
On my way.
Heal up our Assault Terminators as well. That should be important.
The
Rather, it
blood
is
is
important.
strong. Do not falter. We are just and righteous before the eyes of the Emperor.
Now, why don't you come a little closer? I'd be happy to see you.
Target acquired.
Even if we shoot down only one of you, that's still progress.
Battle line squad ready.
We are the walls. We are the guns.
Same for you here.
We stand strong.
Good shots all around. As for the rest of you, I think we're gonna be pivoting towards this entry. This should minimize our contact with Mortis red zones for a while. Even though we'll have to trudge through this one, fairly large one, mind you. And then up to the librarian we go. Now, anyone else looking to chip in with damage?
Without hesitation. Engaging target.
Very good. Only one of them left.
The Emperor's will lives through us.
What needs fixing?
My power is yours to command.
Some chip damage here. Anyone else? Yeah, Lieutenant Carleon as well. Everyone else should be good, so we can end our turn here.
You will need more than that.
That will not save you, you know that? It just makes you look rude.
Is that all?
Very good. Now to try to back off? No, of course not. It chose to attack us in melee. It won't do that.
We will fall upon them with righteous fury.
I hate Mortis red zones whenever they're working against me. When they're working with me, they're my best friend. Kinda like that. Kinda.
Light the fires of angel wings.
You, in the meantime, get ready to attack Hormagaunts if they do anything funny.
The sanguinary priesthood serves the will of the chapter.
Brother Ituro, I need you to pull in.
Of course.
And continue healing up the Assault Terminators. Yep, they giveth as much as they taketh. After all, radiation is no laughing matter.
Confirmed.
Then again, there are some radical
As you
people
say.
that say that the concept in itself is laughable.
With
You pick up a magical rock, and it magically makes you sick.
With haste.
Very contentious.
For the Emperor.
Very contentious indeed.
fire support.
But these people are short-lived, as their propensity
Our presence
for finding
here means
funny
we have
rocks
already won.
makes them unsuitable for dealing with them. Uh-huh. Annihilated. Anyone else?
In mind, body and spirit.
Change your facing and stay on guard just in case.
Look past their haze, brothers.
Can you shoot anyone from this? 10%, 56. Let's go with 56. Decent. Very decent. Good thing Mortis red zones do not enhance the poison the Tyranids apply. Otherwise, this would have been very deadly combination. That, however, is still a very rude gesture, you know that? Of course they do.
They wish to test their strength.
Once again attacking in melee. Well, if you insist, we'll continue beating you up. Same amount of damage that you deal with us, even greater. You dumb beast. What, you got nowhere to run? Have we cornered you finally? I say that as if it's the same one we encountered previously.
Sanguinary
I
guard
suppose I
at your
can be a
disposal.
little bit petty towards it. Just a little bit.
Unleash devastation, brothers!
See? Now we can confirm that the plasma pistols were a decent investment. Now, I want you to be over here. And you will shoot down these Hormagaunts.
Leave nothing but stains beneath our feet!
Buy high, sell low. Unfortunately, there is no buyback in the chapter's armories. You get what you're served.
The Emperor is with us.
Now, let Brother
Vigilance
Gwendor
is
deal with them.
eternal.
And shoot a little bit. That exocrine. That's sweet, sweet damage, where even something like a Storm Bolter can just shred through them. Maybe this mission isn't so bad after all.
Not even death will stop me.
Especially if you can take down this exocrine, that would be very appreciated, and... very good. Whoever you are, brother, you have my thanks.
By your command.
Kroganex, however, will still need to move up and fix up that dreadnought. Otherwise, he is in serious trouble, and so are all we.
Sanguinius watches over us.
Now, anyone with jump capability, move up to this crevasse and will be able to jump through there. This does not apply to assault terminators, even though they have their homing
We fight
beacons.
and we die for the Imperium. Your orders.
Right, anyone needs to be patched up. Aggressors.
The blood is strong. Do not falter.
That's everyone. That's everyone. Mm-hmm.
I hear something.
Oh, look, another Thornback.
My fury will be fast.
The rest of you continue moving up. Now, before I move you up,
Understood. Affirmative.
there we go. Patched
We'll
up,
have you back up in no time.
and continue ahead.
As you say.
The blood of Sanguinius flows in my veins.
Ready to strike. They cannot stop me. For the Imperium!
Patch up the Terminators, this is important. Now, here's how we're gonna deal with you.
Victory for the Bloodblades. Victory for Skyfall.
Tactical precision on Sanguinary Guard.
Sanguinius guides every strike.
Pop Heirs of Ascalon. And now, my dear friend, you're in danger. Hopefully the Inceptors will be able to finish you off. Perfect. Just the way I like it.
Sanguinius watches over us.
I do see chaff coming in, so we better be careful. And of course Venomthropes. How can we live without them? Or how can Tyrannid players live
Their
without
death
them?
is our only option.
Now, let me actually also check if there are any information on Venomthropes as well. Let's see here. Yep, there it is, Venomthrope. What the Zoanthrope is to the concept of Psyker, the Venomthrope is to the concept of poison. Floating above the ground on organic balloons full of toxins and sporting enough tentacles to make Cthulhu blush, the Venomthrope is effectively a short-range terraformer for the Tyrannid invasion force. The cloud of spores and bacteria it emits are not only a comfortable little bubble for Tyrannid units, they're a huge pain in the ass for any of those pesky planetary defenders that might have survived this long. Shares the same feeder tendrils as the Lictor, as well as a set of ripper tentacles usually found in the squatted mycetic spores. I say squatted because mycetic spores no longer exist as playable models. It relates to the Toxicrene in roughly the same way as Zoanthrope does to the male Scepter, except the Toxicrene does not suck.
Forever watching.
The enemy waits for us.
Mulched.
I am the sword of Sanguinius.
The rest of you, however, need to hurry up. And I will note that everyone at my house is asleep by this point, so I need to be a little more quiet.
Our presence here means we have already won. We are the fear that strikes at their hearts.
Can you tear them apart? I think you can.
No mercy.
Almost. But should be good enough for the Inceptors to finish them off. Like so.
Always forwards.
The rest of you keep alert.
Bring me your broken and your outworn, and I will repair them anew.
This will be a tight fit. And I do not mean it in the Slaneshi sense. Because it is a rather narrow passage. And everyone that could already made it through. %,
Sanguinius
or
watches
92%.
over us.
Then again, it is just a bolt pistol. So how about we do it like so? And
There is
then
little left in this universe that I have not witnessed.
mulched once again.
On my honor.
The rest of you, get ready.
Fire support!
The blood waits.
We are the sons of Sanguinius.
No fit is tight enough for Slaanesh. Oh, you.
They will fear to tread close.
Nobody here yet? Nobody here yet.
Confirmed.
I go where I am needed.
Heavy fire support!
Best if you hurry up.
Plasma fire support ready. Moving into position. For the Imperium!
The rest of you just
I
get into
await your
position
orders.
and not go too far away.
With grace.
With certainty.
They will know death soon enough.
Come on, where are they? Can be coming in from that direction, so most likely they are further ahead, as expected.
The Defensor Angelicum stands with you.
Moving.
Inceptors, do a quick scout. Yep, there is the chaff starting to appear. Nobody here just yet.
I am ready to help.
Fire support!
I wonder if we can just lure them
Your
out.
orders.
No, it would be too much to ask.
For my duty be completed.
We're just gonna need to be careful.
Victory for the Bloodblades. Victory for Skyfall.
But of course, Venomthropes and Gargoyles. Just the perfect combination to piss me off. However, they're inside Mortis red zones, and therefore, they are very susceptible to sudden death syndrome. Especially
In mind,
if
body
we
and
were to
spirit.
not stand in the kill zones.
Heavy close support.
But need to be wary of being flanked. That is always
I
a
await
major
your
concern.
orders. Victory is inevitable.
Anyone else looking to move up?
Plasma fire support ready.
Yes, Krogenax would be a welcome addition over here. 1, 2, 3. That's only within 2 tiles, unfortunately.
Understood.
Might as well heal yourself. As for you, soften up those gargoyles. Heirs of Ascalon should help with that.
Our blood
There we go. That's what I wanted to see. +1 action point. Finish them off. Wonderful. And these mofos will not catch us lacking.
I await their mistake.
No sharding for you.
They will not break!
Aitor will patch you up, not to worry, brothers. Everything is under control. Provided we can sidestep any more nasty surprises.
I have faced better.
And these...
They wish to chew.
Very good. Retort. Anyone else? Of course, there's more gargoyles. But we can deal with those. Thank you, Mortis War Zones. Thank you kindly. If only we had a bit more of
Let
an
them
AoE
hide in the
option.
shadows.
But then again, that's why we have this Furiosa Dreadnought around. More coming. Of course, it's more gargoyles. But once again, Mortis War Zones make dealing with them bearable. As long as they don't shoot back enough.
Do not bow to their attacks!
You shooting Terminators was somewhat suboptimal, and that is also.
They challenge us from afar.
Ooh. If we lose our Sanguinary Guard here, I am going to be extremely disappointed in
Not even
myself.
death will stop me.
That was a priority target. While the Imperium can make Gepards, they're just called Hydra flak tanks. And unfortunately, they're the property of Imperial Guard. Therefore, we cannot use them.
My power is yours to command.
See, we'll move them up
Roger that.
like that. And the Furiosa Dreadnought gets blasting soon. Now the aggressors open up with Brand Storms.
Other guns!
Delete it, just as we like to see. We might lose the Sanguinary Guard in this one. I'm going to be very disappointed with myself. Unless... What's the range on that frag cannon? Okay. 1, 2, 3. No. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So yes, we can place our dreadnought over here. It should be good enough.
Frag bombardment commencing.
Okay. Sanguinary Guard, pull back immediately. You have been rendered combat
The
ineffective.
sanguinary priesthood serves the will of the chapter. Of course.
Intercessors, in the meantime, get into position. And so do the rest of you, for that matter. We've been stretched out too far enough already.
No mercy!
Wonderful.
Whatever the angel requires.
Like so. Now you can fry the rest of them.
Target acquired.
And you can just come that much closer.
Only in death will my duty be completed.
Not quite what I had in mind. Should have specified that I want you to shoot them. Still,
Ranged plasma on your request.
57, 77, 39, 31. Choice is obvious. Hormagon's got to go. And go they did. One could almost say that they go and stay go. Kroganex, in the meantime, will buff up our Soul Terminator so that they don't
Your
die.
armor to turn their blades.
And since he's got one more action point,
What needs fixing?
he can move up to the Furiosa Dreadnought and fix it up.
We'll have you back up in no time.
Battle line squad ready. With precision, brothers.
Shoot anything that moves in that direction. I know you can do
Ready to
this.
strike.
48, 48, 33.
Thin their numbers. They will not overwhelm us.
So far, so good.
I await their mistake.
Even if there is poisons being thrown at us. Especially nasty ones. But we should be able to overcome this. Come a little closer. You will not kill that last member of Sanguinary Guard. I swear on it. The better tropes, however, will definitely need to go first. They are nasty.
Taking fire!
More chaff, but they can be dealt with. Even if they keep close and activate their pack tactics. Of course, they're gonna go and spread their debuff as far and wide as they can. And you?
Impedance acknowledged.
Yeah, go ahead and shoot the Furious at Dreadnought. That's fine. That's fine by me.
Engaging the enemy.
Kill them all. Just kill them all. Optimal 2. That's what I need to be.
Opening fire.
Oh. I thought I almost got it. Nevertheless,
Without hesitation.
we still got a lot more of them to deal with.
I am ready to help.
Okay, poison dealt with. You should be dead, right? Right. But the Quindar will deal with Venom with that
Grace
Anthrope
through
as well.
discipline.
And then move towards the Exocrine. Anyone else? No, does not look like it.
Crush the enemies of the Imperium.
The Emperor is with us.
Now, what else can we do in this particular situation? Nothing just yet, it seems. Just press on forward. The gargoyles will be mopped up by
Plasma fire
Hellblasters.
support ready.
Sanguinary Guard still stays behind because they've been rendered combat ineffective.
Your orders. As you
Argonax
say.
will finish off this gargoyle, bless his power axe. And Brother Arturo, together with Lieutenant Carleon, will tie down
My duty is service.
these remaining gargoyles.
With haste.
Inceptors waiting to launch.
On Balfour I was born, and should be able to win it. On Balfour I will die.
For the
Mhm.
Emperor.
You still stay behind. I do not want to lose you. I've had... You're first of all getting a decent stack of veterancy. Secondly, you are Sanguinary Guard, and losing you would be detrimental.
We are the sons of Sanguinius. Battle line squad ready.
Wonderful. Nobody else? Nobody else. Let them come.
The blood of Sanguinius flows in my veins.
And we are done for this turn. Just 2 squads of chaff and an exocrine that will be our priority target. Acceptable, acceptable, acceptable. What is not gonna be acceptable is whatever fuckery they will perform. However, that's why we have the aggressors. We're gonna need to heal you up after that, definitely. And once again, exocrine needs to go. More gargoyles, huh? At least they didn't poison. Hey, where are you going, huh? We're having such a wonderful time here.
Taking fire!
Looks like he killed one of the intercessors.
Victory for the Bloodblades. Victory for Skyfall.
Yeah, straight up killed them. I keep losing my veterans to these things. Suboptimal. Highly suboptimal.
The blood is strong. Do not falter.
But that is precisely why we keep on fighting. And we do so with minimal casualties. Not nearly impressive enough. If we're lucky, this will kill him. And it did. Thank you, Brother Quindar. You are an inspiration.
For the Imperium!
Still alive, huh? Not for long. Move up. And then let them throw themselves at
Target
us.
acquired. We are the walls. We are the guns.
Now Brother Ituro will move up to here. And he will surge. And do some damage to these Hormagons.
My chainsword thirsts for their blood.
Decent damage.
My vigilance is
Damage.
eternal.
The rest of you move up.
By your command. With grace.
Engaging target.
Forward!
Nobody else? Nobody else.
Pests! Damn pests everywhere!
More targets are coming!
More chaff. As expected. Melee-oriented chaff, that is. But the Thornback may be an issue.
Target is beyond my vision.
Of course, another squad of gargoyles. Cut down, as expected.
The Defensor Angelicum stands with you.
No, the bugs will not run out until we get to our main objective. I'm fairly certain of that.
Affirmative.
We just need to clear out these. Like that. Venomthropes, however, still exist.
Come, brothers, battle awaits!
And that vexes me greatly.
Ready to strike! Only in death will my duty be completed.
Here's what we're gonna do. Chip damage, but it adds up. And that was a mighty hit. So it was on Thornback's side. Gotta give it credit where it's
The
due.
blood waits.
Roganax, how far
Yet
are
the
you?
meter xenos my axe couldn't bisect.
My will never tires. A powerful decision.
The Codicius gene seed has been recovered. No sign of his relic near the body. A shame. I wish to see the weapon that Brother Corbulo argued so vigorously over.
Always forwards.
Ranged plasma on your request.
We will fall upon them with righteous fury. Only angels have the right to fly.
Lieutenant Carleon, if you would be so kind as to give that Thornback a piece of your mind, that would be very appreciated. If not, you can at least move up over here
On my honor.
and block those gargoyles from doing anything hasty. The rest of you, move along.
Sanguinary Guard at your disposal.
That's everyone, I think. Eliminate all remaining Tyranid forces.
I
6
sense a
remain.
future adversary.
Just get close to us.
Under fire!
Gonna need to patch up Lieutenant Carleon after that. Good damage all around. This, however, does not spark joy.
They're taking fire! I can hear them skittering around out there.
So, 1, 2, 3. That means 4, 5, 6 should be... Is it here? I think it was here. Yeah, it was here, so they will eventually make their way right so. Now, Brother Quintar, if you would please. Thank you. Assault Terminators.
Ready for action.
Rip them apart. Brother Arturo, get ready to heal up Lieutenant Carleon. You, in the meantime, see? Orcish method works, sometimes. Volume of fire is enough to make up for lack of accuracy.
Only angels have the right to fly.
With strength.
Aye. We'll have you back up in no time.
They cannot stop me.
Of course, it's gargoyles. Why else? What else would it
The
be but
blood of
gargoyles?
Sanguinius flows in my veins.
Understood.
Moving into position. Moving. Hellblasters awaiting target.
What needs fixing?
The blood is strong. Do not falter.
37%. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
Overwatch set.
Do you prefer an Unufax? Do not mention these cursed words in my presence, or I will you flogged.
My vigilance is eternal.
Second squad of gargoyles. Nicely thinned their numbers. However, bolt pistol remains to be ineffective at anything other than close range.
We are taking fire.
And the third one is also a thornback.
Under fire.
We should be able to deal with this.
We are the walls. We are the guns. Not even death will stop me.
Heavy close support.
The Defensor Angelicum stands with you.
Decent damage all around. Thank you, Mortis. Rat zones. And final volley. As for you, you may have neutered our ranged accuracy, but we fight in melee.
Tech Marine, standing by.
So that's where you fucked up. Massively so, even. We're gonna take turns on this one. A whiff. Unacceptable. There we go, much better.
There can only be
Lieutenant?
All Xenos life forms have been eliminated, and the Codicia's gene seed is safe with Brother Aetorum.
You know, I tried recreating Galleon Stick once. Spent 200 days in the forge putting together an exact replica. Couldn't get a sliver of effect.
What did you do with it?
Snapped it in half. Shattered my kneecap in the process. Not my finest moment, I'll admit.
The synaptic network remains our primary focus. Galleon's relic won't be of much help if High Fleet Leviathan envelops us with its return.
And that's another squad of intercessors we have lost. We're really gonna need to pick up the pace, otherwise we will be left with those without any combat experience whatsoever. And that would be no bueno. On the bright side, let's have a look at our newly available units before we end it for tonight. First things first, of course, we have the Baal Predator. It is a variant of Predator tank, as you can imagine. And that one goes under specific pattern. The Baal Predator is unique to the Blood Angels, which is designed specifically for urban combat. As such, many of the weapons it has are designed for clearing out troops in defilade or buildings. The primary armament of Baal is either a twin-linked assault cannon, as seen here, or a flamestorm cannon, which is functionally a bulked-up heavy flamer designed to deal with armored infantry, ideally ones inside bunkers or hiding in forests. Its sponsons likewise are designed for urban combat, either heavy flamers or heavy bolters. The Baal thus excels not only in dealing with troops in cover, but in dealing with large clusters of enemy units, such as orcs or Tyranid swarms. Funnily enough, given the weapon loadouts of Terminators, you would think this Predator variant would be able to have a Flame Storm cannon as its main weapon, and use sponson-mounted assault cannons. Oh well, I guess that would be too good. Or sponson-mounted Inferno cannons and turret-mounted assault cannons. It'd fit. As for our next guest, Invictor Tactical Warsuit also goes into the elite slot. So, the Invictor Tactical Warsuit is a machine for those Space Marines who want to play as a Dreadnought without suffering the very necessary side effect of being turned into a bag of organs floating in nutrient soup and being permanently turned into one, but then kills you because you're not strong enough, and would rather not look like an ass in the Centurion suit. Consequently enough, only Vanguard Primaris are given the special privilege of riding one. We're gonna be taking them both.
We are indomitable.
Twin Iron Hail Autocannon, Invictor Fist, Twin Iron Hail Auto Stubber in its chassis, Heavy Bolter, which is supposed to be slung over here and used as a sidearm, and Fragstorm Grenade Launcher over here.
Heavy support ready.
I like them already. Well, Lance Peter, you're getting officially transferred to reserves. Thank you for your service. Now, how many points do we have left? 5. I guess that is something that we are going to be looking into next week, because for now, It is time for me to end this. I'd like to thank you all for coming, and I will see you all next time. Peace out.